Hey folks, today is Friday, June 19th, 2020. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game stuff that has been going on this week. We have a lot to get you guys caught up on. It does feel like video game Christmas, despite there not actually being an E3. There's a lot. Also, this is the face of somebody who has literally only stopped playing The Last of Us just to make this video. Relax. I'm working on it before you buy. That should be up this weekend. Thank you for your patience. Hope you guys are all well out there in these interesting times. Let's just jump into the first thing. A new Crash Bandicoot game. This is something I did not expect. This leaked pretty much last night, and it is called Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. So there was like a rating and a listing from Taiwan that leaked with the game's box art. Also, they sent out like little teaser puzzles to some influencers and stuff. This game is basically confirmed. And I did not expect this at all. So, can we break this down for a second? Any other people who are my age? Crash Bandicoot 4. So, there's been other Crash Bandicoot games. They continued on PS2, of course, once Activision picked it up. But the Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoots, the Holy Trinity, I guess you could say, Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3. So, this is a 4, continuing the original trilogy. There is also a description that we've seen describing that Crash Bandicoot is in 1998 with all his friends, and he encounters a new mysterious mask, and a time portal opens up, and they go traveling through time once again. Dude, I'm actually pretty down for this, considering Activision seems to at least kind of finally understand Crash Bandicoot. I thought the Insane Trilogy, the remake, remaster thing, was excellent. But interestingly enough, it's not being worked on by Vicarious Visions. Of course, they're working on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. This is being made by Toys for Bob. These are the guys who did the Spyro remake, remaster trilogy thing. That's an interesting shift. I get it. They've proven themselves with that. I would have really liked Vicarious Visions to jump on this, because they nailed it so well. But at least it seems like they figured out a direction they want to take Crash Bandicoot. They revived it for the older fans. They found some new fans. And now they're going forward. And I'm really curious to see what comes of this. Because if they seriously just make a new Crash Bandicoot game with like the new graphics and a new engine, but the classic gameplay style, they're probably going to throw a couple new things in there. I am all about it. I am totally willing to play that. That's just me. I can't help but be excited. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. But there is a lot of exciting stuff to talk about this week. But there is one bummer. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed again. Yes, very interesting. After the when the pandemic hit, they came out and they were like, "Nuh-uh, our game's still coming out." And now here they are delaying today. I'm just joshing. It's not a big deal. Their official statement, for those of you who didn't see it, is this. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it's done is not a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by, even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make. Now, hold on. I just want to say for a second, relax. To quote a friend of the show, Lamar Wilson, he said in his video, if anything, now we have more trust for them because they're taking longer to make the game that much better. Insert the obligatory Shigeru Miyamoto quote right here. Can you put that there? Thanks, guys. I think a lot of us out there, a lot of you guys watching, we're all in agreement. Hey guys, take your time, all right? It'll probably be better off for it. Go take the time to polish it. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Interestingly enough, this morning I woke up to a lovely tweet, though, from Cyberpunk 2077 and CD Projekt Red, a great update. This is kind of a follow-up to the Xbox Smart Delivery thing we knew about, but it's an expansion on that. We are happy to confirm that Cyberpunk 2077 will be backwards compatible with both next-gen consoles. Your PS4 copy of the game will work on PS5 on launch day. Anyone who buys the game on Xbox One will be able to play their copy on Xbox Series X when the console launches too. A later upgrade to Cyberpunk 2077, taking full advantage of the next-gen hardware, will be available for free. This is a good thing, and I think it should be celebrated and highlighted because we spend so much time talking about microtransactions and all these predatory practices by the big corporations, but every once in a while there is a good step forward, some consumer stuff that should be pointed out, and this is dope. Moving on, also this week, we got EA Play, their big event announcing new EA things, and the whole announcement thing was a bit of a disappointment. I'd say quite a disappointment. Expectations were high. There was a potential for them to announce a lot of cool things like a Mass Effect trilogy remastered, but we didn't get much of that. What we did get is a new look at Star Wars Squadrons, gameplay, a full detailed breakdown of single player, progression, the fact that everything you earn is in-game, not microtransactions, how it all works, how it all plays. I think more games should be revealed like this, where we get like a comprehensive breakdown of it. I also, of course, as you guys know, I love Star Wars, so I'm always willing to give a Star Wars game a shot. It's got full VR support. I'm a VR fan, so I'm going to be doing that. Also, a lot of people in my mentions and comments and stuff are saying, like, they just ripped this off of Battlefield 2. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. Have you guys been playing You know they've been making Star Wars games for like 30 years, right? I digress. Ooh, I'm a little spicy today. Also, we got It Takes Two. This is the new game from Hazelight and Joseph Fares, the guys behind Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and A Way Out. It's another co-op thing. They didn't show much, though. I'm kind of bummed about that. But we did get an announcement for a new Skate game. Skate 4. They didn't say 4, but they brought out the two creative directors of the games to say they're making a new one. It's very early. We didn't even get like a logo, nothing. But they are working on something Skate. Skate is returning. Also, I do want to point out there is a great interview with the developers. I'll link that in the description below. It's not going to be a mobile game. I know there was a lot of speculation out there with a skater commenting on being asked to make a mobile game or approached to work on one. We reported on it, but apparently, no, this is going to be a real game. The interview is pretty interesting, so I'll link that. Regardless, though, I think however long this new skate game takes to come out, it's going to be a great next year or so for skateboarding games. There's a lot, and I'm pretty happy. Next up, this episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Now, chances are many of you are at home more than ever, meaning you're definitely also online more than ever. So it's a good time to stress the importance of a VPN. ExpressVPN helps keep your information private from internet service providers and advertisers. Because yes, believe it or not, using incognito mode on your browser isn't enough. ExpressVPN protects you from the outside by encrypting your data and rerouting your connection through a secure server. Now, personally, I've said this before, but I love using it when I run out of stuff to watch. Through ExpressVPN, you can change your location so you can actually access Netflix from a different country, where a lot of the times they get new stuff and sometimes better stuff. Really just makes life a little better. It's the market leader. It's super easy to use. It comes in at under $7 a month when you count our 3 months free promo. And it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by going to the link in the description or this link right here. It's expressvpn.com/gameranx. And thanks again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Now, next up, we don't have time to cover everything. There was so much this week, but I do want to highlight, because not enough places have. There were so many other things that dropped this week. There was 3 days of the Guerilla Collective streams that streamed over like the last week or so. Also, the PC gaming show, and one other that's slipping my mind. There's not a good breakdown you can find out there for all of these things, but thankfully PC Games N does. I'll link that in the description below. But basically, through all of these events, we got tons of announcements for new indie titles, new smaller titles, new AA titles. There's so much out there. It's almost overwhelming, the amount of video games that are coming out and being announced. So I think ultimately what that means is that there's like a game out there for everybody. I definitely recommend checking the links in the description for info, because we can't cover everything, but there's so much. Also, for talking about things linking in the description, I do have some things for you that you may have missed. One thing from Guerilla Collective is the pretty cool trailer for the early access announcement of Baldur's Gate 3. That is going to be August, and I will say that is something you should look forward to. I got to see like an early version of the game a few months back, and it seems pretty sweet for RPG fans. Also, we got a little developer documentary for Horizon Forbidden West. Guerrilla Games talked a little bit more of the game. It's not too much, but if you're a big fan of the game, I figured I'd link it because it kind of flew under the radar for some folks. Also, in 2 Nintendo stories, we haven't been talking about Nintendo enough, but number 1, there is a new Pokemon Snap coming. Yes, you heard that right. It is for Nintendo Switch. And wow, what I really want is for them to bring back the Blockbuster kiosks. You guys remember that? Is anyone else old? That was sweet. I'm sure we're going to be getting more information on it soon, but another thing I wanted to point out is Sakurai himself is announcing a new Super Smash Bros. Fighter, and it is an ARMS character. It's confirmed to be an ARMS character, and I just wanted to bring this story up because I really like ARMS, and I've been wanting an ARMS character in the game, and I feel like I'm the only person who wants that. So I'm happy that this is a thing. I don't know. Remember when ARMS came out? We played like so much. And jumping back to next-gen news, we do have some words about the UI, the user interface, the dashboard, so to speak, of these consoles. First, we have the very great Tom Warren from The Verge confirming from sources that the Xbox Series X dashboard's pretty much going to be the same. Apparently it's going to be faster and better, and then Microsoft is going to take that and start there and add things to it over time and tweak it. So yeah, I'm not surprised by that, considering they're doing this whole ecosystem, this whole parity thing. Makes sense. PlayStation 5, on the other hand, has gone on record saying that it is a complete from the ground up redo. New enhancements, new features, ideas, and concepts. And yeah, I guess that's something to look forward to if you're picking up a PlayStation 5. You have a whole new world, a whole new UI to explore. I will say, you can argue right now, Xbox or PlayStation, which one's better, but I still think both of them need work. So let's see how this goes. Also, for my classic and retro gamer fans, I did want to point out one news story. We talked about this years ago when it happened, but the world record holder Billy Mitchell, who was essentially the top guy for Donkey Kong and Pac-Man scores, did have his records expunged after an investigation from Twin Galaxies, and it was this big controversial thing. But basically, the way it broke down is that his scores weren't valid, and he was essentially kicked off the scoreboard. Now, Guinness World Records has come out and said that they have reinstated his records thanks to new investigations and new witnesses. There is an official Guinness video, and there's also a good Ars Technica breakdown, an article. I don't want to get too into the weeds on it. There's a lot of talk on both sides, but I just want to say one time Tom and I saw Billy Mitchell in an airport, and that was cool. However, if you are caught up on the news and the drama of the high scores, I'd love to hear what you think. But now, before we go, we got to do that console giveaway we do every single week. You know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week, we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is going to be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how to send you your free stuff. Now, we have so much to talk about. Okay, the Guerilla Collective announcements, the PC game show. What was your favorite thing from that? EA Play. Were you totally disappointed? Could you find a few good things? I'm excited about Skate, but I really wanted Dead Space 4. And what do you think about a new Crash Bandicoot? And what do you think about the approach? This is weird. This is a weird time. I just hope it's not really like the old Crash Bandicoot PlayStation 2 games. I didn't grow up on those. I know some people did. I'm not a fan. But we can talk about all this stuff in the comments. We'll be down there as much as possible, though. Things get a little crazy, so if you want to yell at me directly, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino or youtube.com/Jake Baldino. But like I always say, thank you guys for coming around every Friday. We have so much fun just doing this and catching up with the news and stuff. I appreciate you guys being here and watching. I always appreciate the kind words, too, on social media. You guys are the best, for real. Am I going to cry? Why am I getting so sentimental right now? It's the coffee. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Clicking the like button does legit help out this show. And if you're new, maybe subscribe because we put out videos every single day. But either way, catch me here every Friday on the Before You Buys, stuff like that. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Pizza's on me.